I'm going to break it apart so we can see exactly how you're going to look at this. If you think you know it, don't tell me yet. Okay, so if I look back at my steps at the top there, the first thing said to determine if it's simple or any outie. I know this is simple because what number is really in front of this x squared?
1.
A 1. I also know it's simple because there are 3 terms. I told you if there are 3 terms, you think simple. So that step's done. Step 2 says make 2 sets of parentheses. Okay, I can do that. Just leave enough room for you to put stuff inside. Step 3 says put in the first 2 slots the variable you're working with. What letter are we working with?
X.
So put my X's in. I've got someone watching a movie back there. All right, now step 4. Look at your whole number, the constant, the 7. Think of 2 numbers that multiply to 7.
1 and 7.
1 and 7. Those are our only option. That's our only option, 1 and 7. Can 1 and 7 add up to 8?
Yes.
Then those are your 2 missing numbers, 1 and 7. Now with the 1 and the 7, did we have to add them to get to 8?
Yes.
So that's this first thing. If you added them, they're going to be the same sign here. What's the sign on the 8?
Positive.
So both of yours are positive. And you have just factored that trinomial.
That's it?
That's it. How would you check this?
Foil.
Foil it. If you foil this, you'll get right back to there. So that's why I gave you all those extra details, because if you just look at this when you get home, you're going to be like, how did she do that? So the details can be sometimes. But again, let's just do a couple of them. Let's get it sunk in a little bit.
Is it going to get harder?
No, of course. I'm just starting at the beginning. Yeah, it's a trinomial because there are 3 terms. Let's try x squared plus 9x plus 18. Let's try that. Okay. I am going to be walking you through every problem just so it gets stuck in your head. How do you know it's a simple factoring?
You have 3 and it's x squared.
Good. 3 terms, and there's really a 1 in front of that x squared, so we know it's going to be the simple factoring. I need to make my 2 sets of parentheses. What letter am I dealing with? So I put an X in both. Okay, so let's look at our 4th step. Our constant is 18. What 2 numbers multiply to 18?
9 and 2.
We have 3 and 6, and we have 9 and 2. I don't know which pair it is yet. One of these pairs, though, need to either add or subtract to give you 9. Which one would do it?
3 and 6.
The 3 and the 6. So they could have multiple choices there. You've just got to figure out which one it is. But the 3 and the 6, if you add those together, you do get the 9. So 3 and 6. It doesn't matter if you put the 3 first or the 6. Does not matter to me. And did you have to add them to get 9?
Yes.
Yep.
And what was the sign on the 9?
Positive.
Positive. So both of these are going to be positive. And we've got it. And we don't do anything with the 9 or 2. That was just another option, but it did not work in our problem. So that's that. All right. Let's try a couple more.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about this.
Let's try x squared minus 9x plus 18. Well, that's very, very similar. I know it's simple because there's a 1 in front, so I'm going to make my 2 sets of parentheses. What letter am I dealing with? X. Now, we already said what 2 numbers multiply to 18 but can give us 9? 6 and 3, 3 and 6, however you want to write it. Now the 3 and the 6, we still have to add to get 9, but what's the sign in front of the 9 this
It's
time?
negative.
Negative. So both of these need to be negative. So that way when we add them, -3 and -6 do give you -9 altogether. Okay? So just having the signs different could be a whole different answer.
So if it's not,
Have you tried?
So we keep, I think you said we keep the negative sign?
Yes, keep the sign with that middle number.
Okay.
You always keep the sign with the middle number?
If you're adding those two numbers together. So the 3 and the 6, you have to add them to get 9.
Oh, I
So they
see.
have to both be negatives to be able to add them. Let's try one. X squared plus 7x plus 12. Try that one. Don't give it away. It's like a puzzle, you just gotta figure out what those missing are. Hopefully you should have that, 'cause that doesn't really require any work, it's just copying my steps. So what two numbers multiply to 12 that you think work?
4 and 3.
3 and 4, because they can add up to give you 7. And what's the sign on the 7?
Positive.
So both of these are positive.
Your last note on number 3,
Mm-hmm.
apply.
Where?
If you need to subtract the missing numbers.
I'm getting there, getting there. Gotta make sure everyone's okay with this kind. So we go through that. All right, let's try. Let's try that one. X squared plus 3x minus 18. Again, I know it's simple because there's really a 1 in front of that x squared. Make my two sets of parentheses. What letter am I dealing with?
X.
Okay, so let's think about this. Two numbers that multiply to 18.
Would it be
Uh-huh.
like +6, -3?
There's 9 times 2, and there's 6 times 3. We've already looked at that. Now look at what our middle term is this time. It's a 3. Which set of these, either adding or subtracting, can give you 3?
6 and 3.
The 6 and the 3. Because if I subtract them, what do you get? You get 3. So I know the 6 and 3 are my numbers. So I can put those in. Now remember, if you have to subtract them, they're going to be different signs. That's just how you subtract numbers. They have to be different signs. The bigger number, in this case is our 6, the bigger number gets the middle sign. What was our middle sign on that 3?
Positive.
Positive. So it would be +6 minus 3. And if you check it, 6 minus 3 is 3. So that would be your proper order. If you had switched the signs, that would have been wrong because then you would have had -6 plus 3, which is a -3. It wouldn't have made sense. So you can check the integers. Use your calculator if you need it. So that's what it would look like if you had that.
At some point,